Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to KNDI-ATRI Live Broadcast channel. Today's conversation is going to be a little bit different as compared to our previous episodes. Before you get advice from someone on what to eat, before you follow a trending diet, before you engage someone to offer nutrition education and counseling to the public, before you employ someone to be a nutritionist or a dietitian in your institution or organization, do you ever stop to think and ask yourself if this person is going to provide accurate information, safe information, scientific information, or is even this information coming from a qualified professional? That is exactly why this platform exists. This platform is facilitated by Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute, which is established under the Nutritionists and Dietitians Act number 18 of 2007, Cap 253B. KNDI is mandated to provide public education on nutritional habits and dietary habits and to train nutritionists and dietitians under Section 6G and 6H. So this platform actually is not just a conversation space, it is a national mandate in action. Today, let's take a step back to understand this platform, what it stands for, and why it matters to you. Before I proceed, I encourage members of the public to verify nutritionists and dietitians before they engage them through the official KNDI website, www.kndi.institute. So now, going back to our previous question, what does this platform stand for? KNDI-ATRI Live channel exists for one very critical purpose. The purpose is to protect the public, uphold professional standards, and promote evidence-based nutrition practice in Kenya. Currently, we have an insurge of nutrition misinformation being widely spread and unverified advice, which is easily accessible through our social media pages, for example, Facebook and TikTok, just to mention a few. But then this platform serves as a trusted national voice, grounded in science, guided by regulation, and delivered by qualified, valid, licensed experts. Every Thursday, I bring you verified knowledge, licensed expertise, practical, safe, and scientific and ethical guidance. Because when it comes to nutrition, it is not just philosophy. It's actually a science that is practical. Ideally, what you don't know can harm you or even cause detrimental health effects if you get misinformation, and it can further lead even to loss of lives. But remember, what you know correctly can protect you. So what have we covered so far in this platform? Over the past 4 episodes, we have addressed key pillars of safe nutrition practice, which is very critical for us to understand the background and the backbone of nutrition practice in Kenya. The first segment was on food nutrient profiling that was aired, and it was discussed by Dr. David Okeyo, a registered and licensed public health nutritionist. Dr. David Okeyo stressed on proper diet planning when it comes to creating meal plans from foods. The question here that he raised, as a dietitian or a nutritionist, when you're making meal plans, when you have settled on a certain food to give your client, does it have the specific nutrient that you would require that client to take so that you achieve the goal you intend to? Basically, proper diet planning is central to disease prevention and public health. On the second episode, we had a renowned, licensed and registered nutrition consultant, Bernice Kendi, who talked about private practice in nutrition. Basically, Bernice took us through, if you're a registered and licensed professional, how do you register your clinic with KNDI so that you can be able to offer private consultations. She emphasized on the public remaining vigilant against unqualified practitioners. And yes, Kenya has an approximate of around 15,000 licensed, trained and registered nutritionists and dietitians who can offer services. So kindly remember that ethical practice is non-negotiable. On the third episode, we had levels and specializations in nutrition by Dr. David Okeyo, the Chief Executive Officer of Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute. He dived deeply into the scope of practice as defined by training competence and regulation. He further clarified that in Kenya currently we have different specialization of nutritionists. For example, we have nutrition technicians and technologists, we have dietetic technicians and technologists, we have public health nutritionists, we have community nutritionists, we have food service diet therapists, we have clinical dietitians, we have also food science nutritionists, just among the few that he mentioned. Remember, not all practitioners operate at the same level. Finally, last week, we dived into entrepreneurship and innovation, where we hosted the CEO and founder of Oncotrition Healthcare Limited, Tracy Ann. For instance, you have done public health nutrition, you've gained the skills, you have a valid license, and how do you now position yourself in the market so that Kenyans will be able to get verified, accurate information? Basically, that's entrepreneurship in nutrition. We say nutritionpreneurship. Tracy Ann further indicated that she conducted an exercise where she called a few people and gave them blank papers and told them, hey, could you please just proceed at the top of your pen and list the names of the doctors you know vis-a-vis the names of the nutritionists you know. Interestingly, most people wrote more than 5 to 10 doctors, while other people didn't even know a single licensed nutritionist or dietitian. As you're viewing this today, a challenge to you. Do you know any licensed, qualified, registered, practicing nutritionist? And indeed, yes, we are here. She further went ahead and talked about her program, Nutripreneurship program, which basically trains the current licensed nutritionist on how to position themselves in the market so that they can close the gap of Kenyans getting misinformed nutrition education. She also talked about innovation in terms of Smart Spoon Plus, which is a platform for our professionals that they can use to make meal plans. This platform is by Kenya for Kenyans. because once you use it, it is able to generate food items based on the local available foods. It will be very interesting if today you could go to our YouTube channel and actually follow through all the 4 episodes so that you become informed. Remember, the future of nutrition lies in innovation and sustainability. However, innovation must always operate within professional and regulatory standards. So, why does this matter to you? This platform is not just for professionals. It is for every Kenyan. It is for all Wananchis. Because every day you make decisions about food, about health, and well-being. And these decisions must be informed, they must be safe, and they must be evidence-based. So now through this platform, KNDI-ATRI Live Broadcast, KNDI is ensuring that you are protected from misinformation. You can identify qualified, registered, and valid licensed professionals, specifically nutritionists and dietitians. And if you're a licensed and registered nutritionist called upon to give your service to humanity, before doing public information, ensure that the content you're going to share with the public, ensure that it is scientific and factual. Kindly, if you're not sure, it is good to do your due diligence, and before you advise someone on nutritional matters, ensure that it is an accurate information. I couldn't stress it any further, because nutrition is about health and someone's life is on the line. Through this platform also, KNDI is ensuring that you understand the importance of regulated nutrition service. So let it be clear, unqualified nutrition advice is not just misleading. It can be very harmful for sure, and lives can be lost to a high level of numbers. And that is why regulation matters, and that is why this platform exists. As I conclude, key call to action, here is what I ask of you. Licensed and registered nutritionists, this is your space. Kindly rise up, take up, and ensure Kenyans are not misinformed. Ensure lives are not being lost due to misinformed nutrition information. Always verify your nutritionist or dietitian before you engage via, again, the KNDI official website, www.kndi.institute. Always seek guidance only from licensed professionals, and join this conversation every Thursday. I also invite qualified and KNDI registered professionals who'd like to be featured on this platform to express their interest. You can send an email through atri@kndi.institute or at info@kndi.institute. And to our viewers, share your thoughts in the comments. Let us know the topics that you would like clarified. Be part of this growing community of informed and health-conscious individuals. As I close, thank you for joining us this evening. KNDI-ATRI Live channel is more than a broadcast. It is a commitment to your health, your safety, and your right to accurate information. And as Hippocrates once said, let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. But today, I add, only when guided by the right knowledge and the right professionals. Because at the end of the day, your health is your wealth. Join us every Thursday. Remember to eat informed. Good evening. From your hosts, Wang'ara Laura Achieng. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay healthy. Goodbye.